Well, hello everyone. Which song? The new song? Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? New mic, different mic, because I needed a mount. So I'm using this mic for now until I get a new mount. How do I sound? Do I sound clear? Do I sound good? That's the big question. Do I sound good? Chris, where's the lights? What are you talking about? Venom, Molly, Death Note, Chris, hello, good evening. How's it going? The M lights or whatever, those are behind me. I do have. I should turn these on. I got those up there that I should turn on, but I never really use. But I gotta. Actually, what I want to do, since I'm sitting, we can lower that a little, so then you get more of the background. Oh yeah, they're over here. Those. So basically, what I did is look at my hand. I turned everything instead of my desk being on this wall here. I turned it because I don't know if my son's hanging out or whatever, and I'm doing a stream or I'm on the air for Insider Gaming or doing whatever, and he's lounging on the chair there. You don't really want to see him. So I did this. Plus, I got these cool posters. I have my Fightful magazine above me, and it's pretty awesome. If I decide to do this, where am I going? Where's everybody going? Oh no. That might be getting a little too high. No, it's not. Because I got my standing desk, and then I can come out here and we can hang out and do this. And then you got my magazine here, the Zelda picture, my Kevin Owens, my banners. I'll get a third one next year. Championship ring, Bill's helmet, Stephon Diggs. You know, we're good. We're good. I am hurting, so I don't know how long I'm going to be standing, to be honest. I don't know if you're on, I mean, if you're here, you're on Twitter. I was riding my bike, and I've been going on nightly bike rides because I got to lose some weight. I got to get in shape. I want to get back under 200 pounds, blah, blah, blah. I'm close. I'm like 218. But I want to, improve myself. So I've been riding every day. And I went to break. And exactly, I can pace. But I wanted to brake, and when I hit the brake, my brake snapped, and I went, and I fell off my bike. Luckily, there was like grass where I fell, because I managed to tilt my body and fall to the side, but it's still hard ground that I fell and landed directly on my hip, which sucks, which absolutely sucks. So I'm hurting. My bike's broken. I don't know what I have to do to fix it. Hopefully it's not too expensive because I ain't got the money for that. I'm a writer, guys. And I got no web clients lately. If you know anybody that needs a website, just saying. That is also what I do. You guys have seen what I've done with the... What's it called site? Pro Wrestling Mods. So that's what we got going there. Let's zoom. No, I do not want to do that. Let's never do that again, guys. So tonight we're talking on. Yeah, I gotta do more YouTube. We are talking NASCAR 25, the little gaff today. We're talking NHL 26. I got some stuff I've heard about the beta that recently happened from people who've played it. We have video game soundtracks because I threw up a graphic showing the soundtrack that I like to make every now and then, looking at soundtracks of games, right? And it is a soundtrack from one of the best, not the best, one of the best soundtracks possible, or in Madden history. So I want to talk about favorite video game soundtracks, and then my Madden 26 coverage whether it's for Insider Gaming or here. Where is it? What's the plan? Will there actually be any? What type of tutorials, though, Molly? Because that's the thing. There's so many out there that I don't know. This is also a confidence thing. I don't know what I could do that isn't already out there. Maybe I'll just start playing guitar. I'll be a buster or busker on YouTube. Why am I standing? Because I have a standing desk and I wanted to show it. Here, I'll sit. Good? Oh, I dropped my bottle. I wanted to show it. Plus, how to fix a brake line on whatever speed bike. Yeah, that's the thing. I got to fix the line. I got to fix the problem is the handlebars bent when I fell. So I don't know if I can fix that. Which would suck. That would really suck. If it's a brake line, I can look that up. If it's the handlebars, too, that are bent out of shape, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm also standing because I wanted people to see like what I have here. My Fightful magazine. My first ever cover story, feature story. The greatest story never told. By the AWA. You know, signed TO helmet. I got this helmet when I was 10 at the NFL Hall of Fame, and then I got it signed in 2009 by Terrell Owens when he was on the Bills. Champions Cup. My D&D dice. And then my banners and my posters. So, we're going to talk about let's talk about NHL 26, Chris. So you were in the beta, so you can give me your thoughts too. I was messaged by no less than 4 people who played it. And 4 is not everyone. This is just when 4 different people said the same thing, that's when it becomes a, hey, there might be something here. 4 different people told me the game is almost the same aside from a couple things. It felt the same, at least in the beta. You can back that. I know you are a big NHL player. No, you can't wishlist it yet. My guess is on Wednesday, tomorrow, when they do the full reveal, you'll be able to wishlist. I will be doing a video talking about that tomorrow as well. We'll get to that in a minute. But they people weren't happy with what they saw in the beta. The presentation stuff, people were like, it's still not where it should be. Because you look at where NBA is, you look at where EAFC is, you even look where Madden is now. Now, Kate Scott last year, I had to mute. I had to mute all of the broadcasters last year in Madden because I had to mute all the broadcasters in Madden because they sounded too. Kate Scott was too loud. Brendan Gaudin was too used to the same, and Mike Tirico didn't have enough lines, so he sounded PS2 era commentary, which isn't fun. It's just not good, right? So I had to turn that off in Madden. James Cebulski, I really like. Let me preface that. I really, really like it. Him. The commentary in NHL gives far too much arcade-like than what you'd want. Like, the yelling and, like, and I know we went from Doc to this. I just don't, I'm not a fan of it. Because you got to think, in NHL, we went from Jim Hewson, my all-time favorite play-by-play guy, next to Bob Cole, but my all-time favorite is Jim Hewson, to Gary Thorne, to Doc Emmerich, right? Legend. Then to James Cebulski. Pretty much unknown. He had to put his own unique flair on it, and he did. And it was great the first year, but it just kind of got stale over the years, the last few years. The vague commercial about a new chapter. So I've heard some things. So I don't know if you guys have been following me on Twitter. You knew I was teasing Matt Tkachuk as the cover athlete for over a month. Since the end of the Stanley Cup Finals, I had been teasing Matt Tkachuk as the cover athlete. And the thing how I was doing it was I promised the source that I wouldn't outright say it was Matt Tkachuk, but I was just throwing GIFs. I'd throw a random GIF of Matt Tkachuk. I'm not a Florida Panthers fan, but people understood. I had DMs of like, is this NHL related? And I just respond yes, and they knew. The deluxe edition is going to be announced tomorrow. I haven't been able to confirm, but I've heard rumblings that the deluxe edition is going to be another Brothers cover, and it's going to be the Tkachuk brothers on it. But I wasn't able to confirm that enough to write it at all or post on Twitter. But I'll talk about. I like to, on these talking about the rumblings I'm hearing. The gameplay, yeah, it's the same. That's what I heard. The presentation, they had a lot where, and we'll talk about this tomorrow. We're going to come back tomorrow, probably live, depending on my day and how busy I am, because I'm joining James Lynch at noon on his channel. I will have it on YouTube to recap the Sabres offseason and prepare, because we'll talk about that later too. But I'm going to be getting back into NHL coverage and possibly NFL coverage over at my personal site while I talk to a few outlets about joining them at MikeStrawMedia.com. I'll be doing some NHL coverage with that. So I'll be joining James Lynch. Good dude. We're like brothers, basically, when it comes to our fandom. Him being Vancouver, a Canucks fan, me being Buffalo Sabres fan, came in the league at the same time and all that stuff. But presentation, my thing is, it's so arcadey and corny. Like, I hope, granted, the beta is just for gameplay. So the main presentation changes weren't in that beta. So whatever they have planned was not in that beta fully. So new transitions and things like that. My hope is that we get pregame introductions. We get overviews of players. We get... What I didn't like, the biggest thing that bothers me with the NHL presentation was you'd make a play or a play would happen, like a big save, and I wish I had it. I think I did it in the NHL in the review for Sports Gamers Online last year. You'd make a big save, and they'd be like, watch this save here. And then 2 seconds later, and now watch this save. Like, the quality control bothered me. NHL 26 should you buy. If it's your first NHL game, I'd wait to see. I'll have more to say tomorrow on that TP. James Lynch is a good dude. He forgot we met in Buffalo for UFC 210 when I was covering it for Fightful, and he was in town. And then we got to talking a couple years ago, and now we talk regularly. He's such a good dude. Such a great dude. Those celebrations, the standalone spotlight celebrations where you're like doing that. Yeah, there's not the dumbest thing they added in that game. The dumbest. Also, Be a Pro has been the same for 5 years. If we get that same phone call conversation, right? If we get that same phone call conversation again, you're gonna see people on Reddit, on Twitter, on wherever, Blue Sky, which you can find me at Mike Straw Media. You're going to see people mad. You're going to see people mad and upset about it. But you're getting more excited. Ben, how you doing? Ready for the next? We'll talk about NASCAR after we wrap up some NHL. We're gonna move over to NASCAR 25. I got good stuff, good news for you. Not big, but some good news for people who are waiting on some things. Some things. Dig it? Yeah, some things in the NASCAR. Dude, this is what happens when you haven't taken meds for your ADHD in a while because you're trying to find new ones that work. I just went into straight Macho Man, the cream of the crop, yeah. And thank God this is on YouTube and not Twitch because people could clip it, yeah. And they can't hear, yeah. My wife and my kids are watching a movie right above me, and they're probably hearing this dying or wondering what's wrong with me. Zombies in Battlefield? No. Molly, we'll talk about that too for Thursday's Insider Gaming Weekly. But yeah, NHL, I'm not too hopeful from everything I've heard. And I haven't heard anything about the mode changes. That's the thing. Everything I've heard of is on the gameplay side, and they did a lot of work, right? Last year was a major gameplay year. This year, my hope is, because of what I've told them not having a lot, you can't clip it, yeah. But you my hope is that the modes make up for it. Do I expect, and people are asking about console, PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, will it be on PC and Switch 2? I don't think so. Potentially Switch 2. I still don't think PC. I still don't think, despite plans a few years ago, they've done a lot of research on whether or not it's worth coming back. I don't know if the return on investment is there. Granted, NHL is a bigger thing in Canada and Europe and stuff than it is in the United States, but I just don't think it's there. Yeah, the thing is the Ice Cube stuff is nice. It's fine. They need to, the X Factors, I think, ruined NHL gameplay. I hate X Factors. I hate them in Madden. I despise them. I despise them because it takes skill away. Like, you got to get to them, but I don't like them at all. At all. I don't like them. So we'll see. Tomorrow is the full reveal. Well, the reveal trailer, the deluxe cover, release date. It will be in September. It will be the earliest the game has released since NHL 20, which was released September 13th, I believe it was, in 2019. NHL 26 will be released in September. It will be before EAFC gets launched. So if I had to guess, I'd say we'd get early access, the people who pay the deluxe edition, September 5th or 12th. And then I think September 12th is a good date to I think September 12th is a good day to circle. That'd be my guess of the day that it's coming. September 12th. Have I seen the goalie? Yeah. I need to see more. I was hoping somebody was going to send me some gameplay clips of the beta, but have I heard of the game Blood Message? It sounds familiar, but no. No, TP. Is that a challenge, Molly? So on Thursday, real quick, Molly is a regular viewer at Insider Gaming Weekly on Thursdays, and she came over here. Makes me happy. Granted, I called you she. If something else, let me know. But we are, instead of a traditional show on Thursday, our plan is to stream Battlefield 6's beta as a group. Myself, Grant, Tom, and AP. We're going to try and stream it together and have each of our streams coming in and out, our screens, all four at once, back and forth. We're gonna try some things. Perfect, Molly. Chris, do it up. Because this is mainly for me to see and verify what I've been told, right? Because I've played the NHL games for years. Yeah, July and August, they reveal all... Like I said, they were loaded, and that's a big reason why the UFC stuff hasn't happened yet, right? That is a huge reason why we haven't seen a lot of UFC stuff, because of the fact... they are so loaded with things and announcements right now, and Battlefield, like EA Sports and EA and DICE are different, but there's still a lot there. What's the last game EA has to reveal? My guess is UFC would be after NHL. It's pseudo LAN party. Yeah, it's an international LAN party with us, and then we might whoever has it access to it, have them join us. We don't know. We're still trying to figure out those plans. Out of all the covers, which is the best? In NHL, there has not been a good NHL cover in years. My biggest problem with covers, or with NHL covers, has always been they seem to just take Getty images and throw them on. The last really good NHL cover that I enjoyed or I thought was solid, um, was NHL 18. But even that, you go back, 14 with Brodeur was good. 15, the game sucked, but Bergeron, good. Um, the one with Kane on NHL 10 was solid. Though I have a soft spot for the logos pre-2006. So from 2002 to 2005, that 4-year stretch, those NHL logos are my favorite NHL logos. Exodus, I don't know. I know they're doing a lot of teasing. I think Gamescom is when you'll see something. Personally. Oh, wow, you really did, Chris. Hot damn, dude. You really did. Chris coming in the clutch. What next? NASCAR. NASCAR 25. The Cup roster revealed today. Earlier than anticipated. A little bit of an accident on the iRace on the NASCAR 25 game site. I threw that up at Insider Gaming when it came out because they left off Corey LaJoy and people are concerned about Zilich, and he's on the Xfinity roster, so we'll see how that works. Whether he'll be added in the Cup Series, I don't know. But that was out. So I was told, like I said, today people were asking me, when's the Cup Series? I wasn't allowed to say. I knew it was coming today, wasn't allowed to say. And I think people figured that out. We do have, now with the rosters out, I've said it now with the rosters out, up next we have another Deb's Diary coming soon. We have another Dev Diary coming soon. We have track listings. The gameplay trailer is 3 weeks away or so. By the end of August, so about three weeks away is the gameplay trailer that you guys are gonna like. You guys are going to like a lot. You're gonna like it. That gameplay trailer. May 26th, I'm playing GTA 6, hopefully. It's going to be the least productive day in Insider Gaming's nearly 3-year history. By then, 3.5 years. It'll be the least productive. So NASCAR, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be more intense than Gran Turismo and Forza and stuff like that. I mean, it's just going to be, it's a different game. And I'm someone, admittedly, people are going to make fun of how I race. I'm not the best. I am clear to admit I still drive with assists, even with the wheel or controller. It doesn't matter. I will use assists because I want to enjoy myself. I'm not the best racer. But I have so much fun, and I know enough about what I'm looking for and what the casual person is looking forward to. So people will mock it, but it'll be fun. Have I seen the trailer? No, but I haven't seen the full thing. I'll say that. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's the sponsorship stuff or what it is. Death Note. But that's the thing with NASCAR is you have to get all these sponsors lined up. You have to get them in for their car, for their team. You have to get the teams on board, the sponsors. It's kind of like a boxing game. You got to get the teams on board. You got to get the person, the drivers are on board, but you got to get the teams on board. You got to get the sponsors on board. You got to get everybody, the stars aligned, so to speak, for it to work out. 2 weeks from today, I will be in Germany. I leave on Monday the 18th. 2 weeks from today, I'll be in Germany for Gamescom. I'm going to opening night live. At least that's the plan. And then I got a bunch of game demos and interviews lined up, including Project Motor Racing. Speaking of racing games, Project Motor Racing, I got about a 45-minute demo booked with them to talk about the game and what it is. Because when I see Project Motor Racing, I'm thinking Project Cars again. And Project Cars started out great. Now delisted. Like, the series is dead. The games are gone. sucks. I really like the first Project Cars. So I'm excited to play that and get my hands. Have I seen any UFC marketing material? No. Haven't seen a thing, TP. It's ready, but no one's heard anything. The regular people who get invited to their media events have not heard anything. I don't want to say I suck, Molly. I'm just not the best. The best racing game right now, Gran Turismo 7 or Forza Horizon 5 still. Forza Horizon 5 is fantastic. Gran Turismo 7 is, if you have a PlayStation 5, that should have been a game you've had for years. For years. They did some awful shit with the monetization back when it first came out. They didn't have, like, when the review copies had it and we were reviewing it, they had no microtransactions in the game. So our reviews went live without that. Hit the embargo, reviews went live. 2 days later, game comes out, they turn it on. And it pissed a lot of people off. We had to go back and redo part of our review and update it and amend it and take the score down. Any news on Top Spin? I don't know. The first one did not sell great. Need for Speed Unbound, I didn't hate. I mean, you could still get in on Forza Horizon 5. They are working on 6, but Forza Horizon 5 during sales can be gotten pretty cheap now. Will we have DNFs in online? Shake and Bake. I do believe there will be. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe there will be some sort of DNF system or penalty system online. Because I feel like it has to be. I don't know if they're going to have the full-on, safety. They're not going to have the full-on safety rating like iRacing has. I just don't think that makes sense for a console game right now. Splinter Cell at Gamescom, haven't heard anything. Ubisoft, though, to be fair, it might be. We don't really get Ubisoft invites because we break a lot of Ubisoft news. Which, I mean, they could stop that by giving us the invites, I guess. How our caution's going to play out, don't know yet. I know you can't, I don't believe you can drive your car under caution, though. You can't drive it down the pit stop. You can't drive it under caution. But like I said, I put it on Friday with my story. There are going to be full setups. The one thing specifically I got, I'm trying to get an interview with Dale Jr. too. I've reached out to his contact information that I could find. I hope it's the accurate information, but we'll see. Yeah, there'll be sliders and options for your car setup. So sliders and options. I don't. Evaristo, I wouldn't get my hopes up. I would not get my hopes up on a. I would not get my hopes up on a IndyCar game anytime soon. 3 new face-off songs. Those are everybody dance. That's the thing. I don't really care about the songs. I don't care. I usually play with Spotify on. And yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if license expired. They're usually on a yearly thing. Though it was cool playing NHL. My kids love hand clap. So they could be playing it and it would just come on the face-off and they would start doing that. Especially my middle kid. Let's see. Any big predictions of Gamescom? So, we're going to be doing, I think, a preview show at Insider Gaming of this, where we give our predictions. There's a few things I know happening, but I'm under embargo because I'll be there and I'm going to be able to get hands-on and stuff like that. Like, there's a game being announced that I don't know how many people are going to be excited about it. I am so excited about it as a real-time strategy fan. Silk Song, we already know is going to be there. I'm waiting to hear back from Team Cherry. I'm hoping to get a email or a hands-on with the game or interview and stuff like that. Um, so I know Silk Song's going to be there. There's a part of me that thinks opening night live. That'll be my guess. I think opening night live is when we get the announcement of the release date for the end of the year, for October. October, late October, early November, I think we'll get Silk Song. But we're going to do a full, I think, preview episode before we go. That'll drop. Though we're toying on doing a predictions episode that then drops as soon as opening night live ends. And we see how well we did with our guesses. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Okay, so Madden 26. There's another thing we need to talk about. Madden 26. Cap House. Gamescom is 10 times bigger than Summer Games Fest. Gamescom has replaced E3 as the biggest gaming event in the world. And it's not even close. Summer Games Fest is a big deal. Summer Games Fest, yeah, is a big deal. But it was small. It was small. Dude, I need something. I need costumes. I need characters. Everything. I don't think we don't usually get sports games at these events. It's very rare you get sports announcements at these events. They're usually a standalone thing because, unfortunately, this is how it is. Sports games are still the redheaded children of the industry. They're just still that. People still look down on sports games, which is really annoying, really frustrating. Really frustrating, to be honest. Guys, if you're tuning in, I really appreciate it. Still got more to talk about, hang out. Maybe, yeah, I don't know how long we'll go. We'll see. Leave a like on the video, though. The more likes, the more people see it, the more it gets out there. And at this point, I'm YouTube. Hey, I'm relying on YouTube ad revenue to pay some bills and maybe buy a bike. Listen, Molly, I don't know if you could see. I gotta hook up this camera so you can see better. You see the color of the mustache, though? I mean, my hair was very light. I am what you have called a, I don't know, I've been called a dirty ginger, where I'm not a full, and I'm the worst kind because I'm not a full one. Frustrating. And I'm out of water. Even more frustrating. Or this is it. Madden 26 launches in 2 days, August 7th. And I say launches, everybody goes, well, it's early access. No. When you give a week for people, you launch it on that day. It's August 7th for people who bought the deluxe edition or the MVP bundle with college football, whatever. And then those who buy the standard edition get it a week late. That's how it is. Defire, no worries, man. Hello. We'll talk SummerSlam in a minute. But EA, once again, has ignored all my... The thing is, I've talked to the developers in DMs, and they give me who to reach out. But EA's press team does not respond to anything. They don't respond to anything with me. I've reached out countless times. I could show you my emails asking, hey, we're trying to finalize our coverage. We want it, for review. We've had it scheduled, but we're going to have to remove it from our schedule if it's not there. Nothing. Not a no, not a we'll see, not a form that they ignore, just flat out ignoring. And so it's unlikely, and I don't believe in paying money to review a game, so I won't pay to buy the game and then do a review on something I paid for. I'll have my thoughts, but I'm not going to do a full produced review of it if I have to pay for it. Now, if my work pays for it and gives it to me, then sure, but I won't pay for it. Ultimate Team makes them all their money. They're not, TP. They're not. The press side of things, the developers, that's the thing. The developers are great people. The people I have interacted with, they're great people. They're great. Then they follow me. They know my work. They know what I try and do. They know the story. I try and tell good stories. Does some of it information that they don't want out there? Sure. But that's just the nature of the business. And I've always said, if you don't want that information out there, put me under embargo. Give me interviews. Look at the NASCAR stuff. iRacing has been the best team to work with. And this isn't a case because they know this, what I'm trying to do. Is it a little, hey, get publicity out there because people are going to read my stuff with the NASCAR? Yes, of course they want that. But they also know I'm not coming in as this harsh critique and harsh critic and coming in all the time. Like, I'm asking the questions. I know what I'm talking about. Like, that interview with Matt was an hour. It could have went 2. We enjoyed talking to each other. It's just how it was. We enjoyed talking to each other so much. And yeah, B Dizzle, you're exactly right. That's how everyone is, every corp is. But the thing is, even the executive producers at EA, like on Madden, know me. They know who I am. It's the PR. So we can split this, right? Right down the middle. By the way, I got a pen and a pad, and I'm going to install the software, and I'm going to do like telestrations on my streams when I do breakdowns and stuff. I think that might be cool. My buddy Mills, go follow him on Twitch, Mills Twitch. He does that with his mouse and stuff, but I've had my drawing pen when I tried to learn how to do pixel art, and I think I might start doing that. Dude, the UFC 5 Discord banned me. Of course, Chris. I won't forward anything you send me. I won't show it to anybody. I might talk about it to people on my private friend group, but I won't show it. I will not. Everything I have on my screen here will not be seen on screen. I can tell you that. But like on the EA side, like the developers, the people at the company, like who work every day, they know who I am. We get along. They know I'm trying to do a job. The PR people are the ones who ignore me. And the more I think about it, the more it's a me thing. Because when I was at SGO, it was tough to get through to them. I leave SGO and they're doing great work with their coverage, and I'm so happy for them. Me, they just don't want to talk to me. Okay, that stuff it's Chris, what you're sending me, that stuff that's coming tomorrow. Everything's coming tomorrow. I was debating on starting a Discord server. I have one. I just have no one invited to it because I don't know what I'd do with it. Like, I have one because I want it for files. Like, I have a Mike Straw Media Discord server. Would you guys join it and talk and hang out if I opened it? Because I don't want to do it and there's just one of me, and that's it. What did I get banned for from the UFC? Because I reported things. And then they were talking shit about me, so I went in and defended myself. I went in and defended myself. And then they got so mad that they insta-banned me. Insta-banned me. Have I talked about UFC 6? The only update is that is the next... under my assumption, that's the next big reveal EA Sports has after NHL this week. And now with NHL, we talked about last week, with NHL in September, FC in September, October is wide open. And we've already seen what they're doing with NHL, where they're waiting until a month or so before, 6 weeks. Maybe mid-September we get that 6 weeks. I have it made. Let me show you. Like, where's my show screen? I have it made. I want to make it a public, but I haven't made it public or anything. But I have a couple, clips and highlights. I literally have just this. So maybe I'll post it on the... let me get things some set up, and then by the end of the week, I'll have it. Like, stay under the YouTube channel, and the community tab, and I will post the link first there. Because that'd be cool if we can make that a thing. And get more people in and get more people in these streams. Because the more people come and hang out like you guys talking and hanging out like this makes me want to do this more. Whether it's during the day, at night, whenever. Because I might do some day ones if I have some downtime with work, like on the weekends or mid-afternoon. The nights are probably where it would be. So keep an eye on the community tab. Make sure you're subscribed, notifications on, and the community tab on the channel. When we could see the marketing, a prediction. Again, not a report, a prediction. Second week of September. If I don't see something by the second or middle of September, I think it's not coming this year anymore. I'll believe it's not coming anymore this year. Defire. So I saw your comment. You're nice to everyone. The only creator you don't like is Sap. So obviously I'm biased. I was one of Fightful's first hires as a freelancer in 2016. I still work with them today. My best piece of work is that magazine. I love Sean. Sean has been nothing but good to me. He has done nothing but help me with my career. When people were doubting my WWE 2K coverage, I had a lot of coverage with WWE 2K. And people were like, who's Mike? Blah, blah, blah. Same thing in Discords and Reddits. Sean went to bat for me and said, if he's reporting it, he's right. If he's reporting it, there's a good reason he's reporting it. Sean, the reason he might come off that way as an arrogant, cocky jerk to people is he is very quick to defend himself. If people start shit with him, he's not afraid to try and shut them down, no matter what they try and do. You know what I mean? Like, I'll try and let things go, or I'll tell them he will just, you start something, the F around, find out. That's how he is. And I respect it. I respect him. I respect everything he does. And I appreciate the hell out of him. He's not everybody's cup of tea, though. That's the thing. He's not everybody's cup of tea, and I get it. I'm not going to sit there and say you have to like everybody. You're not supposed to like everybody. You're not going to get along with everybody. You're not going to be friends with everybody. I'm teaching my 8-year-old, 7-year-old, soon to be 8-year-old that, like, the last year or so. Because for a while he was in this mindset, and even still, he's got to be friends with everybody. You don't have to be friends with everybody. You do not. And that's okay. I have my two best friends in the world I've had since I was 14 years old. Since I was 14, the same two best friends. And then I have a third best friend. Like, I have a group of like 5 who I would call my best friends, who I can pick up the phone and say, dude, I need to talk. I just need to talk. And they will answer the phone. 5 people. And that's okay. Am I cordial with as many people as I can? Yes. But the second you do something that I don't like, or I find, like, I do a lot of things people don't like. I say a lot of shit people don't like. I'm an ass. Like, admittedly, I'm an ass. And that's okay if people don't like me. That is okay. But I'm also quick to cut ties. I should do an NFL Fantasy League. I was thinking about it. If I can get 12 people, maybe I'll do a for fun one. Am I going to live stream NASCAR 25? A hell of a lot. At least like 2-3 days a week, I'm going to try and stream that shit. Career mode, online races, watch me lose all the time. Do some stream lobbies. Get Joey Stone, join some lobbies with Joey. If you don't know who Joey Stone, Sloppy Joe is, he's doing a lot of great stuff on TikTok right now. Go follow him on TikTok, follow him on Twitter. I ended up having to block him to fire because he started, usually I let them go and yell into the abyss, but I eventually had too much because he started talking about my wife and my kids. And if you're going to be anonymous like that, if you have a name to your face, then I'm going to find you if you do that. And I'll make you regret it. But because you're an anonymous piece of garbage, I'm going to block you at that point. There's no update, Brian. You did miss it, but like I said, there's no update. My assumption, I talked about my guesses right now because marketing's ready. No one's gotten invites to anything, but I think if we don't hear anything, October's wide open now on releases with NHL coming in September or planned to come in September. And this is coming straight from EA. They said it would be out before EAFC. So that's why, like I keep saying, NHL is coming in September. I think if we don't hear anything by mid-September, things got pushed. But it's hard for me to think they did. Am I going to do a live stream after Gamescom? After opening night live, it might be tough because it ends at like 11 o'clock there. We'll see what we decide to do. Because it's a 6-hour difference. Starts at 8 there. So it starts at 2 here, I think. And then, yeah, ends around 10. I might do an EA if I get NHL 6. NHL 26. If I get it. NHL 25 I had because I had to do a review of it. And NHL 25 I played for 2 weeks. Haven't touched it since. So it all depends if I buy it or not. SummerSlam Saturday, I liked the in-ring action. I wish they would have, for SummerSlam, I wish they would have moved stuff around. And had more stipulations on one night or whatever. The superstar stuff is a joke. So everything's expensive too, from what I heard, and friends who were there and taking pictures. Brock should not have been brought back. And this is not political. This is not innocent until proven guilty. Anything. One, it's a civil case. It's not a criminal case. So there's liable and stuff like that. But when you're implicated in it, you're named in something. From a PR standpoint, and this is coming in the business sense of things, in my mind, until the case is closed, settled, whatever, like those people should be persona non grata. Like you shouldn't touch them. You shouldn't go to them or anything. And I don't think he should have been brought back. I don't think Brock Lesnar should have been brought back because he's named in the lawsuit, a civil lawsuit that is still open. You can't touch him for the optics of it. Like, in my mind, the optics of it. And I look at it from a media lit standpoint and a PR standpoint on that side. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? You can't do it. Do I think Brock is one of the greatest wrestlers, performers of all time? Absolutely. Do I also think this is a situation where you need, especially he's 50, he's not going to make or break or sell tickets for you. WWE is selling tickets without him. You don't need him. And that's my thing. You just don't need him. B Dizzle, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. Like, I'm going to say I could see and I could get it. Still don't think you should do it. But say they were struggling, like they're selling 2,000 tickets a show in big arenas and blah, 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 and they need to move some tickets. Okay, whatever. Whatever. They're going to do what they're going to do. I mean, they're doing what they're going to do anyway. They don't care. They just don't care about the optics because the casual person is still going to tune in. And that's how it is. It's unfortunate. Again, I feel bad. There's still a victim in all this with the case with Janelle Grant. TP, I'm not going to go into full detail because you can find it. But Brock Lesnar was named in a civil lawsuit regarding a former WWE employee over trafficking and things like that. I don't think so. I think Paul's doing fine. AEW's contract is up, or Edge's contract is up in October technically, but I think they'll add injury time, which I think he'd be fine with. I think they'll add injury time, though, because he signed the 3-year deal and then he missed a good, 7 months with the broken leg. Cena's retirement, dude, the way they threw pretty much Rock and Scott under the bus on Friday, I'm happy the title's off of him. My thing is, who are you going to go to? I knew what was going to happen last night. The Roman Reigns injury to go back on vacation after a major pay-per-view beat down is kind of old and running stale. And I don't know what they're going to do with that. I really don't know. I don't know. Yeah, she's still got a year left on her contract. While we're talking, guys, if I go quiet, it's because I'm actually working on this Discord. Creating something. Like, I just have a general chat and clips and highlights. I don't want to do more until we get a bunch of people and I can get mods to help create things, but I want to make it a public server. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. I can't remember how to do it. Oh, enable community. I have a verified email, scale, contact for members, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I got to create a rules channel and stuff like that before I could do it. Okay, so I'll do that off stream. I'll create a rules channel because it's just how it is. And then, like I said, keep an eye on my community page for that. Again, if you're tuning in, thank you so much. Leave a like. Make sure you're subscribed. I know you are if you're watching me. And I really appreciate it. I don't know, like last week I had things clipped, like the NASCAR stuff. I don't know what's going to be clipped from this show. That's another thing I'm looking forward to, is people to help clip the big segments so I can have standalone videos and whatnot for this show. Because it's just hangout. Eventually, like I said, eventually we're going to get back to this with the talk show. But the talk show stuff, and then, yeah, we're gonna figure that out. Cena, Brock, and Paris, Cena wins. Styles, Cena, and Perth, Cena wins. I see. Yeah, I don't think he needs another title. Oh, the video game soundtracks. I knew I was forgetting something. Something. Earlier today, I posted this. Let's get this up here. And I just like to say, this is another thing. So I post this. You want to see one of the people who liked it? Again, people from EA, they know me, they like me, like that's just how it is. But we're going to repost it. I just wanted to look. Madden 26 launches this week. So let's take a look 20 years ago. 20. And one of the best soundtracks in Madden history. Madden 06. I still would put Madden 04 above, but doing 22 years ago just feels weird when I could just do 20 years ago. Keep it even. And look at the songs on it, man. Backcountry, Forwards. Like, back in the day, EA games were how I found bands that became my favorite bands. Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine, still one of my favorite bands. Billy Talent, who my kids love. Billy Talent, Red Flag, and NHL 06, fell in love with them then, and now my kids love them. Like, my son's first concert wants to be Billy Talent, and I hate that he wasn't this old a couple years ago when they were here twice in a year. But yeah, Fall Out Boy, Disturbed, Chameleonaire, Foo Fighters, Funeral for a Friend, Rev Run, like Tech Nine, All American, like Jesus, this soundtrack. So I wanted to talk and just get your opinion. What do you guys think is the best video game soundtrack? If you want to do sports, do you want sports soundtrack, like general gaming soundtrack? Mario Kart World is fantastic. Mario Kart World is so good. Ocarina of Time is goated. Sonic 2 and 3 are great soundtracks. I'm more partial to Sonic 2. Oh, Chris, I got an NHL one coming tomorrow to celebrate the launch, the reveal, tomorrow afternoon. Do I like how EA Sports FC is responding to criticism? I haven't... Oh, how they did it with their gameplay trailer of, like, posting all the tweets and stuff. I loved that. I love that, especially if you can back it up. Did you see the story that came out today, though, about FC? EA Sports, one of the big things with FC that people were complaining about was response time and input delay. EA Sports went to the homes of content creators. They were invited. They didn't just show up and like, let us in. They didn't do that. But they went there to get network testing and see what the input delay felt like at a person's home. Vice, so it's weird. Like the GTA games, I don't want to count. But I don't know. When I say I don't want to count, then why am I counting the EA Sports titles? You know what I mean? Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. If you don't know that soundtrack, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. I'm going to load up that listing. All right? You might hear my typing because of my keyboard being where it is. But we're going to load that up. Favorite NFL game is still 2K5. Mine is Madden 04. Might be a tie with Madden 07 for the original. I had it for the original Xbox. That might be a tie. Madden 07, Madden 04. NFL 2K5. Okay. Before I get to this soundtrack thing, NFL 2K5. Someone brought that up. Is this the greatest sports game of all time, period? Now, a few years ago, I did a vote at Sports Gamers Online. We did a March Madness tournament and had fans vote. I think we had 46,000 total votes, which amazing for an independent outlet. And they picked NFL 2K as the greatest sports game ever. I have a problem with that. Now, I'm not saying it ain't a great game. Palmer, we'll talk about NBA Live in a second, that soundtrack. I'm not saying NFL 2K5 isn't a great game. I am saying that it is overhyped because it was the last one. Kind of like NCAA 14. If we're being real, NCAA 13 was better on the field than 14 was. That's how it was. 13 was better than 14. But because 14 was the last for 11 years, the feeling was NCAA 14 is the best. It wasn't. Even if you go back and a lot of reviews had 13 slightly higher. So that's what I'm saying. With NFL 2K, do I still love that game? Yes. Don't get me wrong. I love that game still. I will play it 1 or 2 times a year. I'll do a franchise. I'll get through a couple seasons and then I'll put it away. Because on the field, things like blocking, QB throwing, running the ball, certain things like that, still phenomenal. Where it's awful, defensive coverage in the zone. Don't care what they say. There's pass breakups, that's fine. Zone coverage is not the best. Man coverage, really easy to beat. Franchise mode. They had the cool, what should have been really cool, game planning area that seemed buggy and never really seemed to work. Drafting, boring and empty. Free agency, kind of dull. The scheduling got real repetitive. And I don't... Sorry. That was probably loud. And I probably hit the mic. Or I did hit the mic. My apologies. Scheduling got repetitive after a couple years. That was my problem with NHL 04. NHL 04 on GameCube or PC, one of them. If you got to your next season in your Dynasty mode, the schedule was the same. The days were just moved. It was the same schedule. And so, again, NFL 2K5, great game. Fantastic game. Best football game ever? No. No. The Madden games after NFL 2K5 were all better. Madden 05, Madden 06, not the 360 version. Madden 07, not the 360 version. Madden 08. Pro Skater soundtrack, we can definitely count. Pro Skater soundtrack, 100%. All Pro Football, yeah, that game, they just tried to capture on the license of the name, and that's all it was. That's all it was. But again, because it was the last, again, from 2K, the last 2K football game, people glaze it. What else are we looking at? Midnight Club, that's what I wanted to get to. Ravens and Colts had a little fight in joint practice. Didn't see that, but go Bills. Madden 26 going to be better than 25? Yes. I will say it's going to be better than 25. Will I play it? I don't know. It might be a game I get on sale because dropping $70 on a game just isn't responsible right now for somebody with a family who now apparently has to buy a bike. If you're just tuning in, I went on a bike ride. Went to pull my brake. It snapped. Handlebars bent. And I went down, and then the handlebars bent again. So that was frustrating. Motorsport Games. Haven't heard anything from them in a while. I mean, Le Mans didn't sell at 1.0 the way they wanted. They're trying to get more money. They're trying to port it to console because console is where it would sell better. And that's kind of where it is. They're just going along. I don't know how people are giving them money. Thought I had a sneeze. Oh, do I have a sneeze? Falcons got Michael Penix, baby. Okay, so the Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition soundtrack. Let's just look at this real quick. Oh, it had a great song to track. Real big. House real big. Cars real big. I'm going to use the censored version. Belly real big. Everything real big. Rims real big. Pockets real big. Rings real big. Let me tell you how I live. Right that, buy that, 24s, ride that, ladies, gentlemen, gangsters, pimps, mamas, daddies, stunners, shiners. I'm rich, snitch. I'm a real big timer. Great song. Fantastic song. Right here. Right there. But the rock songs, it's so good. Grand Theft Auto soundtrack, fine. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, I will say, is better than any Grand Theft Auto soundtrack. Any. That's how I found Twista. I found Twista because of it. I found Lil Wayne because of it. I found Manny Fresh because of it. Well, I knew Big Timers. I didn't know Manny Fresh, the names of the Big Timers. Birdman, Manny Fresh. I found that because of that. But, like, Jimmy Eat World, I found because of it. Like, so good. So good. So good. What are the posters behind? 1 second. State of Decay 3, I think we hear something at Gamescom. Gears of War E-Day coming. Both are coming. Gears of War E-Day, I think, is definitely coming to PS5. I feel like all Xbox first-party games are going to come to PS5 at some point. What are the posters, though? Deconstructed consoles. For Reddit Secret Santa a few years ago, this is what my Secret Santa got me. Got me 4 posters. A Game Boy, an N64. Next to that is a Dreamcast, and at the end, it's an OG Nintendo Switch. So cool. So cool. Guys, we got way more in here this week than we did last week as far as views and everything like that. I do think I'm going to do this Discord thing. I think I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to come back tomorrow. That is way too high. I'm going to come back tomorrow either with a breakdown video or a live stream. Some sort of reaction to the NHL reveal and the features. We'll talk about it and the trailer and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see when I come back. But we're going to start wrapping up here in a few minutes. Fallout Lo-Fi location, United States. Just the whole United States. They don't need it. I mean, we got London we don't need. The UK we don't need because of Atom Fall. Fallout 5, if it comes, I think the U.S.-Mexico border would be a great spot for it. I don't know. We had Jason Schreier on the Jason Schreier had the thing that the next BioShock is in development hell, and they basically kick people to the curb and are starting over. New Orleans would be sick. NBA 2K, I don't know. Yeah, it all depends. If they come at the same time. But NBA 2K, like, man, when their GM my NBA's biggest feature that they have and that they announced on the back of the box feature is banners. Like, what the hell? Judas, yeah, Judas. I didn't have hope for that to begin with, so we'll see. Maybe we get some. There's a few games where I think we get it opening night live. There's a few games. There's a few games. By the way, I love that we have this fans thing, these leaderboards, basically for chatters, the XP boards. I want to do something with that one day. I want to do something. Molly, Death Note, and Venom are the top 3 right now. Chris is right behind. Brian, Terry V. Like, I want to do something with that someday. I just don't know what I could do with it. No halftime show like Madden for NBA. NBA, I think they still have it. That's what I need to see in this Madden halftime show stuff. Is it just that lower angle highlight, or are they actual real highlights? Fallout Vice City. Fallout Miami. Can you, after Florida gets flooded. Oh, Venom took over the spot. Venom took over the spot. TP, what you want to say? Evaristo, thank you for subbing to the channel. They come up right here. And I did see your DM on Twitter. I'm assuming it was the IndyCar that I answered, but I'll answer it again for you. I wouldn't get my hopes up. iRacing, it's not in the plans right now. It might come back in the future, but they're happy with how they have the license for iRacing. 2K just bothers me. 2K just bothers me. But on that, everyone, it's time to start wrapping up. I'm going to go refill my water. I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to get ready to watch some Hard Knocks with the Buffalo Bills. Go check it out. Take care of one another. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Death Note. Thank you, TP. Thank you, Venom. Thank you, Defire. Thank you, Ernest. Evaristo. I almost called you Ernesto, and I'm sorry. Evaristo. Thank you, Dizzle. Thank you, Chris. Nothing you sent me, Chris, by the way, will be shared. I'll probably watch them and then maybe talk about what I saw. But other than that, no. Thank you, Brian. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? If I did, I'm sorry. This was a very fun hour and 15-minute chat and hangout. I will see you again somehow tomorrow. Insomniac, don't get your hopes up anytime soon. Guys, I love you all. Make sure